So I'm standing here today with the all-new Rynoworx RY10 Pro V4. The first thing that I want to talk about is the new Rynovalve. So the Rynovalve is the dispensing valve that actually dispenses the crack fill onto the asphalt surface. And that valve has been fully redesigned, and it's made in a way that keeps material inside the crack fill kettle. And this is important because traditional valves allow material to solidify inside the valve, and you have a longer preheat time. You have to sit there with a torch and you have to heat it up for anywhere from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, depending on how cold it is, before you can actually start putting material down. We've thought about users of the machine and comfort, and we've built ergonomics into this machine. The handlebars are adjustable a full 9 inches. And this is great for operators of different heights. I'm 6 feet. I've got these bars set right in the middle. I never feel like my shoulders or my back are strained, and I can have the bar height right where I want it to be, for a comfortable operating experience all day long. And you can actually control everything within a standing position without having to change. So I can agitate on the fly while I'm actually operating my valve controls and my shoe controls. No matter how large my shoulders are or how narrow my shoulders are, it's comfortable. One of the other nice things about this machine is it has an internal burner. And that internal burner is ideal because you no longer have to worry about flame outs that are common in other machines. This machine preheats a full 50% faster than torch-fired units. It heats more evenly, and it uses way less fuel. Talking a little bit about the safety functions, I'm going to roll over to the kettle here. So our kettle actually has a lid that opens to the rear. That's ideal because it allows you to load material from the front, rear, or the side of the machine if you're loading from a larger kettle. It also shields sensitive controls as well as your propane and gas functions in the back in the event that there's any splashes. And we've got a slight lean on the front of the machine to make sure that any overflows, should they occur, go to the front of the kettle, not all the way around or to the back where you've got your gas cylinder. Other safety functions we've added are the propane security strap system. We've got a nice steel bracket as well as a ratchet strap mechanism to be able to keep the propane cylinder right where it needs to be. That's great because if you're securing this machine driving down the highway, you don't want to have to worry while you're in transit about your propane cylinder falling off the back of a truck. We feature a 4-wheel design. It's more stable on multiple surfaces. It's nice having that 4th wheel to make sure that the unit stays entirely stable. Suspended off of the stainless steel Rynovalve, we've got a new shoe design. The shoe's a little bit longer to give you more control. It's bi-directional, meaning you can go forward or back. So we've talked a lot about the Rynovalve. The actual control rod for controlling the Rynovalve has a preloaded and adjustable spring. That's nice because depending on what your application is, you can actually adjust the spring tension from completely non-existent and gravity only, all the way up to if you want to ensure that you have strong tension against the valve because you've got a thicker or higher viscosity crack fill that's in there, and you want to be certain that the valve's going to stay closed, you can give it a more aggressive tension, for that sort of a situation. There's a pin load system. In the event that you just want to leave this thing wide open, you can actually load it so that, and pin lock it so that the valve stays open and draining. That might be ideal if you're at the end of a job or at the end of a day. You want to drain the unit and you don't want to stand there while it slowly drips out. You can leave it set to pre-open, leave the burner on, and make sure all the residual drains out before you shut it off. Another nice standard feature on Rynoworx products is a glycerin-filled thermometer. And the nice thing about that is a lot of thermometers on machines are just, air-filled. And it causes the needle when you're driving these things over rough pavement. As you can see, if I move this thing back and forth, you can hear the vibration in the wheels from this machine from pushing it. Having a dampening liquid in the thermometer keeps the needle stable and extends the life of the thermometer. So another cool Rynoworx feature to keep in mind. Ultimately at Rynoworx, one of the keys and one of the most important things to our foundations is safety, reliability, and productivity. And all 3 of those things are thought about every time we design any sort of piece of equipment. And this one's no exception.